I seek leave to move a motion relating to the Australian flag as circulated.
Is leave granted? Leave is not granted. Senator Hanson.
Pursuant to a contingent notice standing in my name, I move that so much of the standing orders be suspended as would prevent me moving a motion to provide for the consideration of the matter, namely a motion to give precedence to a motion relating to the Australian flag. We had, I've got to say, Senator Nampijinpa Price wore the flag in this chamber today. Of all days, it is our Australian Flag Day. Yeah. For 124 years, since 1901, that flag has been flying. And yet on this special day, it was actually denied by the Greens, who stood up and said it should not be worn. It is not a prop. The Australian flag flies in our chamber.
Senator Hanson, please take your seat for a moment. Minister Gallagher.
Just on under Standing Order 194 on relevance, this debate, as I understand it, is a debate about why the urgency for suspending standing orders. It's not to debate the substantive point that's been raised by the motion, and I would ask that you remind Senator Hanson of that.
Thank you, Minister. That's correct. So, Senator Hanson, you sought leave, and leave was not allowed. And Minister Gallagher has pointed out you need to now talk about why you think the suspension is necessary. And further, Senator Hanson, I remind you of the ruling the Deputy President arrived at today, which I have upheld, which is no flags to be worn in the chamber until the matter has been resolved by the Procedures Committee. So I'd ask you to take the flag off. Senator Hanson, this is a ruling that the Deputy President has made. I upheld that order. I informed the chamber just before question time. I'm giving you a direction. I'm asking you to remove the flag in line with the ruling the Deputy President made this morning and the ruling that I am now upholding. Senator Roberts, it's not a debating point. I'm simply asking Senator Hanson to observe my ruling. Senator Hanson, thank you, Senator Hanson. Thank you very much, Senator Hanson. Senator Hanson, you are not normally a senator who doesn't follow directions in this place, and I thank you for following the direction. That direction stands until the Procedure Committee meets to make a decision. So thank you for following that direction. Senator Hanson, as I reminded you, Senator Hanson, you don't. Senator Hanson, or Senator Hanson-Young, that is very unhelpful. No, you're not in a debate with me. Senator Hanson, I explained to you that you're now speaking to the suspension, so you need to inform the Senate as to why this matter needs to be brought on now.
Shut me down, but I can't speak to it.
Senator Hanson, I am the President of the chamber. It is my job to make sure it's orderly and that people follow standing orders. So you're not in a debate with me. I'm simply trying to make sure that the Senate is orderly and this debate is orderly by drawing you back to the question. I have Senator Scarr on his feet, so if you would take your seat, and I will come back to you when I see Senator Scarr's matter.
President, just in relation to relevance, I note that from my observation over the last 6 years, there's certainly been some latitude given in terms of establishing urgency in relation to contributions.
Senator Scarr, that latitude might be given by others. It has never been given by me. I have been very clear that suspensions are to be debated on the issue of why it should be a suspension. Latitude should not be given. The standing orders are very clear. Senator Hanson, please continue.
I will. I just want the people to know what my notice motion is. Today, the 3rd of September, the Australian National Day, Flag Day. The Australian national flag is the enduring symbol of our nation, representing our history, values and unity, never a prop. The Australian national flag holds a special and significant place in our national life, distinct from and above all other flags or symbols, and the Australian national flag is already displayed in the Senate chamber.
Senator Hanson, please resume your seat. Senator Ayres.
I don't want to interrupt Senator Hanson unnecessarily, but my point of order is relevance. It goes substantially to the same point that Senator Gallagher just made. The point of this debate is around why it is that the other business of the Senate should be interrupted in order for Senator Hanson to be able to make a contribution, and she should address her remarks to that procedural point.
Senator Ayres, I have made it clear to Senator Hanson that she needs to address why the matter is urgent. The senator, as I understood it, was explaining her motion. I was waiting until she finished that and then got back and explained, using that motion, why the suspension is urgent. Senator Hanson.
Thank you very much. And of course, it calls on the Senate to affirm the right of Australian senators to proudly wear the Australian flag in the Senate chamber, and goes to the whole point of my notice motion. Today is a National Australia Flag Day, where people in this chamber wish to show pride in the nation, and the fact is that we are elected members of this chamber representing the people of this nation who fly under the Australian flag.
Hanson,
therefore, I'm asking for the right that we
Senator
can actually
Hanson,
wear
I have
the
a
Australian
senator
flag.
on a point of order. Could you sit down for a moment? Thank you. Senator Hanson-Young.
Just on the matter of urgency, Senator Hanson seems to be incapable of making the argument about urgency, given that this exact matter of which she is asking to be debated has been referred to the Procedures Committee.
Senator Hanson-Young, that is a debating point. Senator Hanson, I would say, is within the rules around suspensions. The senator is explaining that it's National Flag Day. I'll continue to listen carefully and make sure that the rest of her remarks are about the need for an urgent suspension and not about the issue itself. Senator Hanson, please continue.
Thank you. That's what I was saying. Today is only one day. Very rarely on any occasion does any senator in this place wear the flag, but today on this special day. And it wasn't only me, it was Senator Nampijinpa Price who also wore it and had to take it off. It was absolutely, this is one day. We don't do this every day. And I think as Australian senators, when we have the flag that flies on the flagpole here and also in the chamber, that I think that what the decision was made to ban Senate procedures is not during the day of National
Senator
Australia
Hanson,
Day.
you are straying and getting back on the argument. I have Senator Gallagher on a point of order, so I'm going to go to her. If you would resume your seat, please. Minister.
Well, President, point of order under 194 on relevance. The debate should be not the subject of which she's seeking to suspend, but the reasons why we should suspend to debate that motion. And, I ask you again to bring her back to that.
Senator Scarr.
President, I would have thought relevance. I would have thought actually making the point that today is the day for Australia Flag Day, and this is the day it occurred, goes to the urgency of it. I can't see how it doesn't.
Senator Scarr, I would urge senators to listen to what I'm saying about relevance and not argue across the chamber. I have drawn Senator Hanson back to the point about suspension. I did accept that it was National Flag Day, but then the senator has continued to go to the substantive piece of the motion and not the reason for suspension. As I said in your previous point, Senator Scarr, I don't allow leniency. Suspension debates are suspension debates, and that's how it should be ruled. Senator Hanson, I would again remind you that you need to talk about why this matter is urgent and why it merits a suspension of standing orders.
We've only got a few hours of the special day left, and I'm going to call on the Senate now to actually take a vote. I want this to go to the vote. I want the people of this chamber to prove to the Australian people how they feel about the Australian flag, if they support it, for the Australian flag to be worn in the chamber, so that later on today, for the next few hours this parliament is going, that we can wear the Australian flag, not wait for procedures to make a decision. I want to see how.
Please resume your seat. Senator Hanson, I've asked you to resume your seat. I'll go to Senator McKim. He was standing first, and then I'll come to you, Senator Ayres. Senator McKim.
Yes, again, it's 194 on relevance, President. I mean, this is getting perilously close to wilfully disregarding your a series of rulings that you've made. Senator Hanson has now just said she wants a vote on the substantive motion in a debate that is supposed to be about whether or not standing orders should be suspended. She's clearly outside relevance.
Thank you, Senator McKim. Senator Ayres.
I'll listen carefully to what you say in response to Senator McKim's point of order, and if I feel the need to jump up in 33 seconds or so, I will.
Thank you, Senator Ayres. Senator Hanson, you do need to confine your remarks to the reason for the suspension. You've put your motion, you sought leave to move your motion, leave was denied. You've then used your contingency to argue as to why this matter is so urgent that it needs to take precedence over other business. So that's the point you need to make, not the substantive nature of the original motion. So please continue.
As I had said time and time again, because it just annoys people why I'm here explaining this is National Australia Flag Day. And this is where the importance is, that we've been shut down here wearing the flag, that we're not—
Order. Senator Hanson, please resume your seat. Senator Roberts, on a point of order.
Yeah, the unruly behaviour of the Greens.
Senator Roberts, again, I would urge senators to listen. I called order about 3 times, so I think we leave the management of the Senate to me as the President. Senator Hanson, please continue, and Senator Hanson has the right to be heard in silence, and if you can't listen in silence, please leave the chamber.
It is a symbol of our nation, and it is what we are representing as our history. And I believe that the Australian flag has its values. So I believe that it's not a prop. It's not a prop.
Senator Hanson, please resume your seat. Once again, Senator Hanson, I've asked you to resume your seat. Once again, you've strayed onto the substantive nature of your original motion that you sought leave to move, and leave was denied. So you need to confine your remarks to why a suspension is necessary. Please continue.
A suspension is necessary so that we can actually discuss this thing. What I want to raise about the importance of our flag and the presence that it has in this chamber now. We fly it in this chamber. It has a presence here, and that's why it's very important.
Senator Hanson, please resume your seat. Senator Waters.
President, just a point of order on relevance. Senator Hanson has an MPU about the flag, which will be debated shortly. And so if she wishes to make a contribution, she could surely do it then, rather than inadequate contributions here.
When I indicate it's not a point of order, I expect you to resume your seat, not continuing talking to me. That's not a point of order. I've made my ruling. End of discussion. Senator Hanson.
I've finished my remarks.
Thank you, Senator Hanson. Order. Order. Minister Gallagher.
Question be put.
So the question is that the question be put. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I believe the ayes have it. So the question now is that the suspension motion, as moved by Senator Hanson, be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Against? I believe the noes have it. Division required. Ring the bells for 4 minutes.